Alright guys, so day 4 of dispatching. The previous 3 days, it was all the weekend and the holiday, so there wasn't a lot of freight to bid on. But I'll tell you what there was, man, rates, dude. That's like today. Had a driver in Laredo to start off the day. Driver in South Carolina. Driver, well, he had a load. Those are really the only 2 that needed anything to start the day. Then as the day went, 3 people got empty. And dude, trying to get somebody out of Laredo, out of southern Texas right now, it is just stupid. Absolutely stupid. Like, you know, and what sucks, what's funny, here you go. So when I finally booked the load for the driver in Laredo, so they come back and they ask if I can do a different price from what I quoted. And it was like $20, $20 less. I was like, no, we're as low as we're going to go on this. And then they come back like a minute or 2 later, like, okay, book it. Like, really? Like, you grimy sumbitches over $20. You was trying to get $20 more out, dude. It is just, that's how it is out there with a lot of them brokers, man, unfortunately. Like, and again, I get it because they're trying to make money. It sucks. I don't agree with it, but I get it. I understand exactly what they're doing because that's how they make money. By us, your carriers or whoever taking the cheapest rate amongst us. So that's where they get their money. And also, again, as I mentioned before, these brokers are bidding against each other off of other boards. So yeah, cheapest rate normally wins. You know, sometimes you get brokers that like to work with certain independents or carriers or whatnot, and you have certain carriers that work amongst each other and share freight with each other. But for the most part, dude, it is just a free-for-all. Who's going to throw the cheapest number out there? So, you know, for mine, it's just really trying to keep everybody in decent areas. Like, had a California van, had a unit in California near right there in Sacramento. They got unloaded at 11 Eastern. So, well, no, about 11:30. I think it was like 8:30 local time out there, Pacific time. There hasn't been much freight out there. There hasn't been much popping up, and what has, just, dude, it's super freaking cheap, man. Like, I'm waiting now to hear back about this one. Again, when you don't get even a reply, that's when you know it's like, normally it's because you're not at the right price. It could be that one of their buddies, bid on it and they're going to give it to somebody they're cool with or like, but I don't know. But anyhow, but like this last one, they had it posted as picking up tonight, delivering on Thursday or Friday, and then they come back, well, no, this is going to pick up tomorrow, and it's like, well, I mean, we're still available for it at the moment if you can get it. So it's still pending, and it's still sitting on the board. San Francisco to Marysville, Ohio for 2,400 miles, and then they want it there by, if it picks up tomorrow, don't know what time tomorrow, but they want it there by Friday evening at 2000, which is doable for a solo, because that's what we got out there as a solo. But they had another load on the board. Didn't have anything specified about a team, but it was going 2,396 miles, and you had basically, I think it was 43 hours to get there. Like, that's if they put a solo on that, that's some hard running right there. That's an accident waiting to happen right there, for sure. But yeah, overall, I don't really have a lot of units to work with this week, because I'm not in service, obviously. One of the other vans has to go to the garage in the morning. Another van hit a deer the other day, so that was something I dealt with over the weekend. Was the driver hit a deer, jacked up his van, wasn't drivable afterwards. Yeah, he come to find out he hit 2 deer, and it was during the middle of the day. So yeah, I had to get a Had to get a vehicle out to recover that one. So that was fun times. And then they had to get a straight truck to come recover it because it's a crate. It was around 600 or 700 pounds, but driver said he couldn't push it, which means, he's either weak or it's not actually 600 or 700 pounds like they said, because it was a longer crate. Normally something that kind of weight, that long, you should be able to move it around. Yeah, got that taken care of. And I know drivers get frustrated with it, man. Like brokers, some of these brokers, they want pictures of the freight and it's secured and all that. Well, we sent them pictures and they didn't feel like the strap was tight enough. So I told the driver, throw another strap on there. And I guess he only is accustomed to using pull tight, the pull straps, not the ratchet straps. So he calls me all frustrated because he can't figure out how to get the ratchet strap loose, because what he had done is just fed a little bit of the strap into it and then just started cranking. Can't do that because then you got so much strap, it's going to ball up and it's just going to quit going. So you have to feed it all the way through to where you get all the play out of it and tighten it up, and then you start ratcheting it from there. So any of you that aren't familiar with the ratchet strap, you need to watch a video on how to do a ratchet strap. I don't know if I've got one out there. I'm going to do one. It's going to be short and sweet, but I'm going to do one. I know my brother, he has an old one on there, Tim Expedites. If you go to his video, I know he's got a video on there that's specifically for that. So if you're not familiar with it, please go watch it, because that is something that every driver should know how to do. Yeah, on another note today, or not on another note, but so obviously I've got some vans of my own, and I'm doing this dispatching for the week. So one of my vans was having an issue last night. It's had an issue this week. I haven't updated anybody on it yet, but first place I took it to, they said that the air filter was wet, and that was the problem. They said, oh, the plug and the coil, it looks good. They look like they're new. So they just replaced the air filter, which it ran correctly afterwards. I don't know if they just cleared the codes on it or whatnot. So that was like $160. So then a day later, he gets the engine light on again. Reads the code, misfire cylinder 2 again. So have him go to, wasn't a Ford available, so I had him go to Firestone, I believe, and got a tune-up and the one coil replaced. That was 500 and something bucks. And then first thing this morning, he's like, hey man, had an issue last night. The intake blew off of there. They didn't put it on there well, and it's, sounded like a tire blowing. So I'm thinking, fuck, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound good. So he said he tried to reattach it. Came loose again this morning. Check engine light came on one of the times that it blew off of there. So after it happened again this morning, I had him go to a Ford dealer that was right by him and have him diagnose it. And as far as just put the scanner on there, see what kind of code it's reading. They went ahead and reattached the intake, made sure it was secure, made sure it was on there properly. They ran the codes. Code came up as basically under boost, which they claim is the issue because the intake was popping off of there. So they said that's what the problem is. They felt that they reattached the intake securely and properly, that there shouldn't be a problem, which, knock on wood, to this point, since he's stopped at Ford, there hasn't been another issue, and he ran like 260, close to 300, probably 300 miles for the day, and it hasn't happened again. But that was a bill for about 115. I'm going to actually call Firestone and tell them they owe me that 115 bucks. They need to take care of that charge, because obviously there's the ones that left the intake off when they did the tune-up. We'll see how that goes. How do you think that's going to go? You think that's going to go well? I don't. I think they're going to be jackasses about it more than likely. I think it was up in Michigan. You know how the Michiganders are. But anyhow, so yeah, I actually took off and was heading to to rescue that load, because I would have gotten there in time, leaving right away to rescue the load and get it down to the delivery, because it wasn't a very long run. I would have gotten it down to delivery on time and it wouldn't have been late. So I headed out. I got about 2 hours towards him. He was 3 hours away. I got about 2 hours to him, and he was fixed and back on the road. So then I just waited for him, and we kind of just convoyed until I had to get to the house, and everything seemed okay. But yeah, so that wasn't too fun. Trying to spot dispatch and go chase that load down as far as to make sure it's rescued. But that was my day. That is day 4. I believe they're back this weekend. I don't remember. I don't know if they're back Monday. I don't know if they're back this weekend, but regardless, yeah, so tomorrow, so I've got a guy going from Laredo to Illinois. Got one going from South Carolina near Tampa, Florida. One is empty in Sacramento. Still hoping to get some since it's still pretty, fairly early out there, Pacific time zone. Yeah, and then I got my guy empty in Ohio. That's really it, man. Like I said, it's kind of a skeleton crew this week, which, I guess it's cool for me, so I don't have a lot of shit going on, because this isn't my cup of tea. Honestly, getting used to this little setup here. He's got three screens here, so I basically got the email set up. He's got the email set up on the center. Selectus is pulled up there, and then another load board is over here. So that's how it's all set up. And I'm accustomed to doing everything through my iPad and my phone. So, and I still use my phone for a couple things here and there that I'm not familiar with on here. But yeah, it's been a while using a keyboard and actually typing. So it's cool, man. It's been kind of cool getting and doing it. Having these 3 screens set up like this is very efficient and is very helpful. Once you get the feel of it, everything becomes a little bit quicker when you figure out how to just, tap here, cut this, paste that, pull this up, pull that down, whatever. But yeah, that's the update for the day, guys. Day 4 expediting. Day 4 dispatching in the books. I'm about to leave up out of here because I'm also dog sitting. It is 5 after 6. I'll still continue to watch the boards. Yeah, just see what can pop up. So, till the next video, man. I'll let you later. Bye. Alright, quick update. So, just as I left to go home, I booked a load for the California driver. Picks up in the morning. It's nothing special. It's going down to Calexico. But Southern California is better than Northern California.
Your hustle got to be strong in this industry, as in any other industry.